Recording. Oh, recording. Never seems like the right time. I never feel prepared. There's always something in the way. Is this just me? I mean, everyone. Must be. We all have something. Not something that we have to do, but maybe we do. Something we commit to doing. Something we want to do, but just find ourselves hesitating. Are you waiting for the right time? This doesn't feel like the right time. It's been a very difficult 2 weeks. Day 18. I won't say anymore. But yeah, pretty difficult. And actually not in the way you might think. I mean, those of you that know what I'm talking about. Like, in my attempt to change something about myself, some habit. Of course, all of us, in attempting some great change, are certain to experience discomfort. Discomfort, of course, right? I mean, if you want to do something new, a change, something will have to change, and that will produce discomfort. And we really should embrace discomfort. Discomfort is someone working out, even doing Tai Chi. If it's the first time, it will produce discomfort. Meditation, seemingly doing nothing. Doing nothing will produce discomfort. If you've never tried, try to do nothing. Try to not think for 5 minutes. Produces discomfort. But discomfort is like the nourishment, actually. The small tree sapling stretching and breaking as it grows. Growth is fracturing, separating, and not discomfort, but we view it as discomfort. Most people, including myself, are conditioned to believe that comfort is what we're seeking. And our definition of comfort is actually not growth. It's like stagnation. We think we want comfort, and we want to avoid discomfort, but it's probably not true. So today I want to talk about the... ranty bastard for someone who was hesitant to pick up the microphone. I'm not really holding it. I don't even know if it's an expression. The iPhone flashed some pictures that I took in 2022, actually. Something I wanted to share with you guys. It's old world, so it hasn't really changed a little bit. They are demolishing a little. But anyway, yeah, I want to share those with you. And then really, I want to talk about the WPA, the Work Progress Administration, part of the New Deal in North America, and the CCC, Civilian Corps of something. Maybe we'll talk about this Elks Lodge, the old Elks Lodge. And the Elk is a secret club, if you don't know. I know someone that's an Elk. Kind of a shady person, actually. Pretty shady. Sorry if you're listening. And let's have a little look at it and their reviews. Just unbelievable 5-star reviews. Not too far from me, this town of awesome old world examples. So let's have a look together. Thank you for being here. I love you all. God bless and welcome. I know why I was hesitant to start. It's because I always indulged in that habit while making these videos. But I indulged in the habit in every way. Before this, after that, in the morning, in the evening. It was always. I don't think it really helped. Some of you commented and talked about the benefits of nicotine. And I agree. Totally agree. There are benefits, but not so much in smoking. I mean, anybody that smoked for like 30 years like I had knows, God, after 5, you start noticing they make you tired. Initially, they do give you a boost, but then it takes more and more, and it starts to lose its effect and actually starts weakening you. Many things are like that. And that's how you know if it's sustainable. If it starts losing its effect and eventually taking a toll, probably not worth it. But I did experience the power of nicotine. After I let it go for a couple weeks, I had a pounding headache and just was in this funk. Just a funk from complete cold turkey. And I decided to take a little piece of gum, a little piece of nicotine gum. And oh my God, it hit me like cocaine. Headache immediately went away, lifted my mood. 4 milligrams only. Took a few chews and spit it out. Didn't even take more than 30 seconds. And I realized the power. And of course, many doctors are coming out now and showing the benefits. But again, in its pure form. Not with all the bullshit, not the thousands of chemicals that are both added and found in the plant matter. And again, I think it should be used in moderation, so that it does have the desired effect when you do need it. So, enough of me. History. Oh, history. Here's what we're dealing with up here. The living New Deal. The New Deal. Was it a deal? Was it a good deal? It's like our president now. Gonna make a deal. I don't know if we get good deals from these guys. Anyway, this New Deal was 1933 to 38. President Franklin D. Roosevelt. So the New Deal, what did we get? In response to the Great Depression under Franklin D., during Roosevelt's first 100 days in office in 1933, they introduced the first New Deal, which focused on the 3 R's: relief for unemployment and the poor, financial reforms. Of course, we've discussed the Emergency Banking Relief Act and the restructuring of money. The Federal Reserve, also around this time period. A restructuring of the money, and really just a complete restructuring of the system. And in my opinion, this is like more realistically when things get going. Just chaos before this, people in mud, and just a mess. And now we have a restructuring of the finances and really the government stepping in. And what they do is they begin employing the nation. Just how I was talking about my grandfather who ran away and joined the French Foreign Legion. Well, here in North America, people are said to be just joining all kinds of government programs. Of course, military has always done this in all nations. Always a place for people to go with no other option. A place they can go and have a career and be fed. Perhaps get some schooling, a degree. And here, public works were undertaken in order to find jobs for the unemployed. 25% of the workforce when Roosevelt took office. The Civilian Conservation Corps enlisted young men for manual labor on government land. And then you had this other one, the WPA, the Works Progress Administration. I've discussed it in the past. Again, part of this New Deal employed millions of job seekers, mostly men who were not formerly educated, to carry out public works projects. Millions. I mean, you're going to need millions when I show you what they've been given credit for building. And honestly, there's not enough people or money or experience. Even if you have all this labor, it's dumb labor. I mean, it's like people who have never done anything before, just learning on the fly. And really, what I've discovered is it's not what we're being told. They're old world structures. And here you can see they were building more than 600,000 miles of streets, building streets, 10,000 bridges, housing, buildings, everything, dams, impossibilities, basically. Absolute impossibilities. So let me show you some of those here. Let's take a pause. Okay, so these millions of youth, basically, and each dot that you see here, each dot is a WPA project, or the CCC. Sometimes CCC, sometimes WPA, but all, look what they say here. Every damn dot, you see that? Every dot is a New Deal site. Learn more, click on a dot. Thank you. And like I said, I have discovered in my short exploration here over the years that these sites are actually old world. And if you are watching this video, you have the eyes. You're not going to be BS'd and told that these were built by inexperienced schmucks. No. And here I live in Utah, and Utah is one of the last states, very young state. I mean, all the western states really. 1850 being settled, just settled by horse and wagon people. They trekking across blindly, not even knowing where they were going. They started here, I think, in Illinois somewhere. Trekked, horse, oxen, religious people, and then they arrived here in 1850. Only Indians were told, savages, and they came in here. In like 50 years, there's a whole city. Ooh, anyway. All of these. And it's actually a really great old world tool, is what I've discovered. Absolutely awesome. Here, for example, Park City is like an old mining town. Today a ski resort, but it was originally an old mining town, like a little San Francisco story, basically. And this is just crazy, actually. Look here, City Hall. Once I clicked on it, here we go. Are you seeing this? And I used to live in Park City, in my van at first, and then later rented a little apartment. But anyway, here we go, 1936. Are you seeing this? Let me zoom in. 1936. Public Works Administration. And again, this is the New Deal website. This is a New Dealer. So, the former Marsack School in Park City, Utah was constructed in 1 year. One damn year, in 1935 to 1936. Public Works Administration. And then it became City Hall. Now it's City Hall. Let's look at more. Very, very helpful and awesome website. But yeah, look at this baby, this little castle. And of course, everything, so many of them. This is a success because it's still here, and Park City is pretty cool about preserving. But yeah, this 1 year wonder, part of the New Deal. Once a school, now City Hall, all kinds of dates. Okay, so look, it says 1884 here when it was a school. So just a plethora. Thank you, Living New Deal website. Totally appreciate what they've done. And in my particular area, they were showing some really mind-blowing buildings that have now been demolished. They were also clues, places we would never really think to look. Like here, for example, Camas is even further away. Camas is way out of the way. All of this is, really. Even Park City. I mean, now it's developed. But Utah is really difficult to get around. I mean, everything is just spread out. Unless you're in the little city pockets. And yeah, out here, Camas, super beautiful. But the middle of nowhere, we can see that there was this grade school in 1904. You don't need a school in Camas in 1904. And New Deal came out here. And even out here, it's so the middle of nowhere. This is like called the Dinosaur National Monument. Way out here by the Colorado border. And it helped me find a little clue, actually. So these are part of the New Deal. So here I click on this. We're told that they actually made the national park or national monument. When I click here, WPA workers constructed out in the middle of BFE, Utah. WPA workers constructed a 500-foot drainage ditch, about 8 feet wide. Ditch? I mean, really? Do we really need people coming out here and building a ditch in the 1930s? Let's look at this ditch. Look at this ditch. Here we go. Old blockage. Artificial stone. This blockage that I find everywhere, all over Utah. And here we go. They're giving credit to this old world blockage to the WPA. Again, a group of inexperienced young recruitees looking to earn $1 during the Depression. And there's too much here. I've spent hours through the years going through these. It's like a needle in a haystack. I have some that I want to show you again, and they correlate with my pictures that I took, which I'm also going to share with you in the next segment. So let's take a pause. Okay, final segment. I can't believe it's taken me back to 2022. My research, that is. These old photos of the university. For years, I was sad to go this far back. All these old pictures of my old cat studio, old chickens that I no longer have, and old research that I've forgotten. Yeah, you think you're gonna do one thing, and then you're like teleported into another time. Here's an old van that I bought and sold. I really liked it. And here we see this old block wall, not far from where I live. And it's very similar to all this WPA nonsense. And I think what somebody did is they came in and maybe reinforced it. I'm not sure. Let me stay on point, though. So much I could discuss. Such a blast in the past. Here's Michelle Gibson. Hello, Michelle. She's standing by some of these, like, artificial blocks. This is in Jerome, Arizona. God, how distracted. I've totally lost the plot of the video. I remember it. I'll come back to it. This is super cool. I haven't been here in a long time. Many of you will remember this site. I remember exactly where this is. Here it is from kind of afar. A really good discovery in Utah. I won't allow myself to get too distracted. Here's some big blocks in Baalbek, Lebanon. Really big blocks. I mean, look at these people. And that's what I like about the Middle East. They're not going to BS us and tell us anybody had anything to do with this. I mean, not our people, is what I'm saying. But I think it's the same everywhere. But they do try to add stories, even with these star forts, and even these churches. The earliest churches in Salt Lake City. This is a pretty beautiful one. Stained glass, the artificial blockage, then this beautiful cream colored brick, superior brick, no windows. And the Mormon churches have no shame in just blocking up a window. Many of their windows are blocked up, sometimes lower ones. Here we see the utilization, but not seeming like the original window. And this isn't far from where I'm taking you. I think it's same day. Here another look at the blockage, and it looks like they just squirted these seams here in between the blocks, like through a pastry tube. And it's really hard. It's a really good material. I mean, the squeezings. But not really seeming like the same time period. Again, this is all stuff I wanted to share in 2022, like almost 4 years to the day. This was a building that you can only access from this back alley, and Chief and I went to check it out. The castle features, which are like a terracotta or like a tile, like a glazed tile. Just gorgeous. And this building totally run down. It's actually across the street from this WPA project that I want to share with you. But just look at this, just unusual tile. I think this building is owned by the church. Many of the buildings in Utah were claimed by the church or the state, which kind of act in unison, contrary to how it's supposed to be. I mean, where church and state are not supposed to intermingle doesn't apply in Utah. And here again, this building, this random building, it's a church building. So odd. So absolutely odd. Again, I forgot about all of this until my iPhotos reminded me. So here's that same building. Here's the front. And you see, so there's like these tiles and the front door. Just what a trip, right? This doesn't seem really like a Mormon building. It doesn't fit. But it's awesome. But not a church. It actually seems kind of like industrial, really. But in the old world, the industrial was even beautiful. But now this weird church, that's all. Just totally a weird church. Here we have a close-up. So it's like more tile up here. And I don't think this tile like really necessarily matches this other tile. Let me know your thoughts. And here we see University Ward Chapel, AD 1925. And here we go. Finally, we're at the university. And why does this seem like a university? It doesn't, right? It's too weird. I should have said, where are we and what the hell is this? So we see the same beautiful, strange, ornate tile up here. Super cool, super detailed. And then this Greco-Roman building. And this is going to be like, here we go, John R. Park Memorial. And then we see one statue here, one missing here. This doesn't seem like the original statue that was meant to be here. And again, why is this relevant? Because we are told that the university is a New Deal project. And I'll show you here in a minute. We'll go back to that old mappage and I'll show you and read you the story that this is a New Deal site. We're told the New Deal constructed this. And this is like kind of a U-shaped little road, like a horseshoe, full of buildings like this, like dozens of them, mind blowers, old worlders, and we're told they were built as a part of the New Deal by these inexperienced WPA workers. And you just have to look at it all. Also, the dates are earlier. They're very conflicting. So here we have 1912. Is this really how you're building in this time period? That's such a fragile, early, a little over 50 years after settling, after pioneers have settled, you're building like this? You need to build like this? Not to mention, they were fleeing the federal government, and now the federal government is just dumping money into this place? Again, these are all university buildings. Really? I have to show you some Google Earthage. Okay, Google Earth going in. University of Utah, and here we go. And in fact, there's demolishing going on. We've just lost a building, and all of this old world stuff is in here. Here we go. This is that building I was just showing you. Then this one is pretty mind-blowing right here. Kingsbury Hall. All of these. Look at this thing. I don't even know what this one is. Just too much. And then again, I have to show you the WPA bit. The idea that this was some great act of the federal government. Again, the Mormons were fleeing 50 years prior from the government, and now they just came in and dumped all of this money. Well, that's what we're told. So here we go. Here's the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Let us give a click. Here we go. University of Utah Thomas Library. Description: the building was designed and constructed as a PWA project in 1935. Completion date 1935. Colleges and universities. Public Works Administration, visit full site. And it was actually pretty cool because here we can actually see maybe realistically what they did do. Because here's the building today, and look, they're still fudging with it. Look, all the boards, construction, and they already did a number on it. Here, what I like about this New Deal website is they show us what it looked like. Look at this beauty with the blocks and the arches. Totally different, totally mud flooded. Look at this bottom course of windows. Stupid, right? And this is really great. They show us the inside. Here's the old frontage. I mean, really? This is just on the college campus. Why? Here again, totally changed it. Now it's the Utah Museum of Natural History. And then a bunch of other images that they've removed. But it has survived, but really has gone through quite a lot, as we can see here. Here's another one, the University of Utah Carlson Hall, and it was demolished. Let's have a look at her. Unfortunate. So this was demolished. Could be the hole that we were just looking at. What a mind blower. And we're told this was built with federal money, with this New Deal money. That's what we're told. All this. All brick. Beautiful. Here we go. The Federal Public Works. We have their signage here. Did they really build this? Or did they just clean things up? Maybe do some landscaping? Maybe some removing, actually. And in the end, that's exactly what happened. They demolished this building. So yeah, I had no idea that the WPA, or essentially the federal government, was building all of this and then demolishing it. So here, this was completed in 1940. This building, let me show you. Again, on the university campus. Here we go. And they demolished it. The Bureau of Mines building. This sounds like something that we would have at the World's Fair. The mines building, the agricultural building. And here we go. Just a massive building, and they demolished it. But we have proof here. So just to give you an idea, again, just to kind of recap, just to show you the mind-blowingness of all of this. And then you have the whole damn nation. Look at this. The whole damn nation. Too much, right? Too much. Like, you don't have that kind of workforce and abilities to do all this. Mind you, a lot of these projects are huge, like dams, major projects. Today I just showed you some buildings and some old block drainage ways. But I also wanted to show you my pictures, because my pictures said so much. Like, look at the quality. Was this really some New Deal thing? In my opinion, no way. And the New Deal might have been sanitizing a lot of these. Look at this. Oh my god, I think I'm losing my voice. It's just a little crusty, that's all. But it is reminding me that I think that's about it. I would love to go through all these pictures, but I think you get the point. And I think you can see who is responsible for a lot of this BS. I'm not even going to say it because I've just made a whole video on it. Who is responsible? Maybe I'll title this video that. So for this week, I thank you for joining me. I love you all, and we'll do it again next week. God bless.